Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome to Violet Pathways. We are here together, my beautiful spiritual work wife and I. And we are here. I'm not feeling guided to pull any cards, but Jessica, if you don't mind, I would love to lead us in an expanding of the heart breath for a second.
Okay.
What is that? What is that? I can't read it. Good fortune. Good fortune.
It
Good
goes
fortune.
right along
Good
with what we were talking
fortune.
about earlier. So let's all take a deep breath
Oh
in through
gosh,
our
you sound like a
nose.
bumblebee in the water.
A bumblebee in the water. Brrr. Am I better now?
I heard what you said, but it still sounds like a bumblebee. Give
I
it a
don't know.
second. This happened to us earlier on when I was back in the apartment, and it comes back into focus in a couple minutes. And if it doesn't, just restart your page.
Can you
So
hear me now?
I want to lead us quickly in a breath of expansion. One thing that Jessica has told me before, but I didn't fully get it. Right? Same thing with us when we offer messages and deliverance. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to click now. It's it's just the process of flowing, and then finally it clicks. And one of the things that clicked, and I was talking about this earlier, is the expansion of your own heart energy, expanding that all out. And oftentimes we confuse this with healing and shadow work, and knowing the distinction of the difference is important. So if you're feeling any types of anxious, even if you're not necessarily feeling all that pleasant right now, regardless where you're at, just take a second, and like Jessica says, take 3 conscious breaths and repeat after me. Do it exactly as I do it. One. And the second breath, you're going to focus on letting go of everything you don't need right now.
Everything that no longer serves me.
And on this third one, I want you to imagine that your heart is like a spouting fountain of love and goodness and pleasure and joy. And I want you to feel that fill up your aura, expand it all out. Focus on your breath a couple minutes in this way, and this is a really awesome tool to have in your back pocket when you're feeling discontent with life and you just want to feel a sense of enjoyment of what it is that you have. It's a good way to connect to gratitude, and I'm so happy I was able to share that with you guys because that's been my number one tool right now. Can I hear you now, Jess?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
I'm gonna you restart. How are we
Toodles.
today? Hi, Wandy. Wandy is seat number 1 for our course that we're doing in July. Lisa, we're gonna get into some readings, okay? So just be patient. We just got started. I know you guys like the close up because you guys like to be all up in, you know what I mean? You want to be all up in the beauty, the perfection. You know what I'm saying? You love it. Here we go.
Can you hear me now?
I'm gonna restart now.
Okay. Can you guys hear me just fine? Like, is the audio just wonky today on us? Like, can you hear me? Was that on Andy's side? Was that on my side? Whose side is all wonky?
Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but I can't hear you.
Kristen can hear me. Lisa
Can
can
you
hear
guys
me.
hear Jessica?
Wandy can hear me.
Yeah, they can all hear you. So I'm
Why
gonna
can't
hold
you hear me?
I'm gonna lean in on our telepathic abilities for a second, and I have a feeling that it's just gonna come back into place. But welcome everyone. Thank you guys for taking some time to be with us here. We're holding a space. I'm gonna go ahead and say a quick prayer. Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light, those that walk with us in God's glorious, beautiful light of love and light. Thank you for all that you do for us. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for you have a very thankless job. So we thank you. We take every opportunity to thank you. And thank you for allowing us, Jessica and I, to cultivate our gifts. Thank you for bringing Jessica and I together. Thank you for bringing me such a wonderful human in spirit and soul to operate in this beautiful space with. Thank you. And be creative with and co-create. We ask that you protect from any distorting energies and or intentions, as we do not wish to have that be a part of our divine messaging and divine conference today. We also ask that you escort these energies to a place of evolution or dissolution now, Archangel Michael. And please surround us in your white flame and your white light so that we may be tempered of our own internal distortions or polarities or anything else that may want to distort the divine messages being offered. And with that, we say, Hallelujah.
Amen, ahoy, and hallelujah.
It's cute. You sound like a little fairy. Awesome. How are you all feeling? What's up? Okay, today I'm feeling purple. Jessica's feeling green. We don't always match every day.
Purple and green match. I put on a chapstick, and then I put on my creation of frankincense oil, coconut oil, and rose oil. I put it on my throat center to open up my throat chakra. And then there's other breaths that I do before I go live.
I wish you guys could hear what I'm hearing.
And it just opens the throat chakra. So I like it so I can speak clearly. My messages, my words get to flow out the way that I desire for them to. How are we doing on this full moon energy day? This is a major energy day. The Schumann report is quite high today too. So there is a lot of energies today. I'm really feeling the shift in paradigms. I'm really feeling the new paradigm that I've really been working and manifesting to create really coming forth for me. So when I have this new paradigm frequency open for me, I have to remember not to go into the past for any references, because where I am today is not where I've ever been before. So going to the past to bring that frequency into now is kind of will wonky up what your paradigm that you're desiring.
I didn't hear what you said, but I actually got that part where you were like bringing the past into the present and getting all wonky. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. This is fun. Sometimes technical difficulties can be fun. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and get into some readings. How do you feel about that, Jessica? But before we do that, we have an announcement to make. So, if you look upon the screen, Jessica and I are together combining our beautiful abilities and our beautiful gifts to create a 1-month mastermind bi-weekly training. And this is the Conscious Reader. It's so important, especially bridging the gap between tarot and conscious awareness, because tarot is such a loose form, and there's no real there's books and there's how to, but there's no real concrete structure of how to approach things. And when we're talking about doing readings for other people, whether it's professionally or as a novelty, it is so important to be on some kind of journey of awareness. And what we're doing together is we're allowing you the opportunity to understand how you are, who you be, how your gifts work, and also how to maintain this awareness through reading. And our goal is to help you do one of the hardest things to do with tarot, which is to be able to read for yourself. Right? And that's what the awareness did. I was working in tarot for I don't know how long, a solid period of time before I met Jessica. When I tell you my work, my readings, everything has completely transformed. And me and Jessica have beautiful ideas and concrete things that we've both put into experimentation that we know are going to bring you guys into your most abundant, amazing selves. And tarot, just saying, is a beautiful tool for ascension. And what that does is it is a sort of a conversational piece. Think of like a spirit board, right? But less creepy. It's an opportunity for us to be able to communicate with the divine and use it as a tool so that you can understand and be able to navigate through this ascension and be able to understand how to read and receive your own intuitive understandings and knowings and downloads and all of that stuff. It's so pivotal for this ascension process. And Wandy, she's the pin person. She's over here with the beautiful milk box carton drawing over here. Wandy Dargan is our first member, and we have 5 seats left. We're not taking any more than 6 people. So if this is something that interests you, we're going to bring it up again at the end of the live. But if this is something that interests you, let us know. We're so excited to get this going, and we're looking forward to whomever is ready to expand in the space with us.
And that was Andy's commercial. Now put it back up. Put it back up.
Oh yes, this.
And now here's my commercial. So, welcome to the Conscious Reader Mastermind 4-week long bi weekly training. In this course, we will teach you how to learn how to connect to yourself, how to start learning how to go into yourself within your guides, within your own energy to receive messages, start really helping you get to the point where you stop going outside for other advice, where you will have tools that you will learn how to deal with and operate yourself on how to really start trusting your intuition. I don't know where I went. I'm around here somewhere. There I am. And you can start trusting your intuition on how to.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. My commercial got a little screwy. But we'll teach you how to connect into your own frequency, learning who you be, and using the tools, which is tarot in this instance, probably pendulums too, because a lot of times when you start with with tarot, you know, another part of what the reason I create pendulums is it's training yourself, like reprogramming yourself to ask yourself and trust your energy for your answers and retrain the way you ask questions into a yes no kind of asking questions instead of like resharing a story. So
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, the pendulum is a beautiful thing for when there are aspects things can get sticky when you're doing readings, sometimes. And I don't mean sticky as an energy, I mean as a tricky,
yeah,
right?
like 6 cards and you're not really sure which one, and you can
or
ask the
or
pendulum,
you're
is
or you're
this?
getting like 8 different sort of like potential play lines here, because this one card is talking about an energy that's applying itself to 8 different situations. So often reverting to the pendulum is a beautiful way to sort of get clear, sort of process of elimination. Hey, is it this, is it that, is it this, is it that, right? So it's also, I digress, but it's a
So
beautiful
the
thing.
thing is this isn't your normal tarot class. This is more of learning how to connect into yourself and how to use these special tools that are available to all of us and how to really learn how to trust that for yourself. So that is what this course will be
Yeah.
about. We'll
The
be meeting.
countless hours and time and effort and blood, sweat, and tears that Jessica has put into her conscious awareness education and her journey, and all of the countless hours of work, patience, blood, sweat, and tears that I've put into my business and my ability to read cards is coming together in a beautiful meld. And we're very proud of it. And we're excited to expand with you. And we're looking forward to sharing
We're
this
looking
beautiful space
forward
with
to
you.
this.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to the class. We're going to be teaching the class on Friday. And then we will have on Tuesdays, we'll get together and we'll have a workshop where you guys get to come together and really start trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. And we'll just be there
And
observing.
that's the best part,
Yeah.
because so often you're
Gotta get a
already
gotta have
you're
play.
you already have your gifts activated, right? Or in so many ways they're just wanting to be learned. And in this way you're giving yourself the opportunity to be like, wow, I was right about that. Wait, wow, that's how that works. Oh my god, mind blown. Right? That's how it is for everyone. That's how it was
Yes.
for me. That's how it was for you, right, Jess? So
Yes.
with that being said, we are so giddy, we're so excited, and
And
we're gonna.
again, we only have 5 more spots open. If you don't get in that this time, that's fine. We will be running the course again, but we are going to keep the classes small so that way we have the right number, to pair off, and so that way we can give undivided attention when we're in these moments, so you can really feel what it's like to be in a secure environment where you're completely supported. Because let's be honest, not too many people have that in our life. So
Yeah.
it's nice to be able to have a community where you can come into that and have that.
Yeah.
On that note, I have to run away for a second and go grab my juice. I did a meridian
It's
clearing
okay.
today with one of my co-creator people, and
Hi
I
Nate.
need more juice. I'll be right
Did you
back.
say hi to Nate? Say hi. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to get started and I'm going to go to whoever I feel called to. So if you feel ready or drawn for a reading, let me know. Listen, my dog's psychic too. He could hop up in here. He could give you some readings too. That's how this shit goes. Let me change this background. Mm. I don't, Jessica, why do you keep changing the layout?
What?
Why do you keep changing the layout?
I didn't. You
Oh,
did it.
okay. Lisa.
I wasn't even here.
Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light. What does Lisa need to hear today? Connect to her guides, angels, and ancestors and allow them to dictate the messages as they are the ones walking
Lisa's
with
having a
her,
wonky day
that
with
they
her daughter
deserve to be
today.
heard. Eckhart, for some reason, there's something very pronounced and powerful about that last name. Eckhart. There's something about that. I feel like I'm going to read. This is very ancestral. Okay, guys, angels, ancestors, thank you, Lisa.
And you guys, just in case you didn't know, Nathaniel is an amazing shaman. Like, I just had one of my clearings with him. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Every time I'm in that upgrade level, I go to Nathaniel and we have this beautiful session, and just wow. And just like a little sneak peek, started off where I was like laying in this hole. You know, he doesn't give you any visuals. I just got to like get it myself, right? So I'm laying in this hole and I'm covered in dirt, and I'm laying there and I'm freaking out because I don't like dirt, bugs, holes, and dark spots, right? And as I'm laying there and I'm like telling myself someone will come and rescue me, I remember I don't need to wait for anybody to come rescue me. I can rescue myself. So I feel like there's something about that for your message too. Sometimes we want to always go and uncover people, Lisa. Sometimes we
Yeah.
have to sit in
Oh my
allowance and
God,
ease.
yes.
Sometimes we have
That's
to sit
literally the
in
message
allowance
that
and
was gonna
ease.
come out of my mouth because what
I
I'm getting
feel it.
what I'm getting here is somebody here, and I'm getting your daughter is very insistent on changing the narrative and changing the story. Oftentimes when we are disappointed, hear me everyone. Oftentimes when we are disappointed by how things are going, when it's out of our control, be it somebody else that is out of our power, we cannot control what somebody else does, can we?
No.
We cannot. So therefore, what ends up happening is we do our best, and I hate to say it, to try to manipulate or even try to appease this person until the story changes, and then we invest more of ourselves. Fine, here's another pound of flesh, here's another pound of flesh, I'm at the table, here, take another 10K, take another 10K, I gotta get up again, I gotta win, right? It's this energy that honestly, it feels like a whirlpool. Anybody who gets close to her while trying to appease her through this or try to coddle her through this is not doing her any services. And I know that there's
I'm hearing polarity matching.
so that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like you don't realize why you're wonky because your daughter's going through a hard time. Now you're stressing out.
Or she's wonky because she's picking up on your wonky, to be honest, is what I'm hearing.
You think so?
She's
I don't feel that.
projecting. I feel she's projecting. Lisa, I'm sorry, but I really,
Oh,
I'm feeling she's projecting your polarity.
yeah,
And
because she doesn't want that. Like she doesn't see it. What I'm getting, I just saw
go ahead.
the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. She doesn't see a value in the situation she's in, whatever it is that she's in, and
I hear
you're.
she's young. Is she young? I hear she's young, like below the age of 12. Is your
Oh,
daughter
young.
below the age of 12, Lisa? I could be wrong.
I just keep hearing like trust her, right? It's like she wants to appease you. She's 17. She wants to
Oh,
appease.
she's 17.
She wants to appease you, or she's coming to you with this, and then you're giving her yours, and you got to trust where her guts at with this, and just let her make this change, whatever this change is. There's a change that she's desiring, or there's something that she's wanting to release from her life. If she went her whole life playing soccer, and on the senior year she decides she doesn't want to do soccer, let her do her.
What I'm hearing is you're at the point in your life now that you have to trust the lessons that you've taught her and be an allowance and ease of that.
She's becoming wonky not only because of the polarity match, but because she feels like she's being forced to hold on to something that she doesn't feel is worthwhile to her anymore.
She's very depressed and wants to kill herself. So she's lost in polarity, not able to see the clearing out of it.
And what happens? What happens when we're backed up against a wall and we feel like we don't have options, Jessica?
And then we find our options.
Right.
because God comes to you. Let me read this card real quick.
Please do.
This is number 26, Hematite. You are so much more than just your thoughts and feelings. You have a body to care for and a soul with a unique purpose. Hematite spirit is here to remind you that you are a light being with a body that deserves to be honored and nourished. A body designed by the conscious universe to be in a world of sensations, from the smell of pine trees and the rain to the feel of tree bark under your fingertips. You are one with the earth and her creatures. Ground yourself there to feel sense of well-being and relief from stress. Hold a furry creature and feel warm, softness, and the beating of her heart. Seek out physical affection, a massage, or body work. And if you can, walk outdoors in nature, feeling the sensations of the earth against your skin. Your scattered thoughts, your turbulent emotions will calm you down, and you will still soon remember the beauty of your body in this world of the
Yes.
senses. The thing is with a 17-year-old, truth, okay? Truth. 17-year-old, okay? For the last 2 years, her whole world has switched. All of our worlds are switched, okay?
And
But
they're about to switch again.
could you imagine? But let's just stop for a second. Put yourself, however old you are right now, put yourself at 15 and going through what we've just gone through. You know, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And this world today, their frequency that they live in is completely different than anything we have ever experienced. Truth. Okay, they are in some completely different frequency than what we are in ourselves.
Yep.
So the thing that I would recommend to you, Lisa, is one, make sure you're giving yourself love. Make sure you're giving yourself gratitude, because when you do that, you will radiate it out, right? So if you're just trying to focus on giving her all that love, she's not receiving it because she's not matching with you, right? Because you're taking all your love and giving it to her. So it's a time right now.
You're right,
where-
Jessica. It's an exacerbation. It's a back and forth exacerbation because what's happening is, and we need to spend time on this, it's important. What's happening is not only are you reacting to her being reactive to whatever she's going through, but then she's reacting to you reacting to her, and getting her all locked in her head and feeling like, oh my god, I'm such a fuck up, everybody's so worried about me, I'm such a burden, right? When spirit is saying, like, empower her, let her feel like she has options, take her out, go buy a bunch of cheap shit at Goodwill, take her to an open yard, get some bats, and just let her fucking go crazy and give her options. Say, hey, would you like to go do this today, do this today,
yeah.
do this today? Right? There's something about her feeling empowered by options.
It's finding a way to healthy releasing of these emotions. So there's some, that's what you're explaining, is the healthy release of the emotions. So
Yes.
if there's anger trapped inside of her, go buy a bunch of freaking glass stuff at Goodwill and go smash it somewhere. If it's emotions that are like sad emotions, then just grab a hold of her, hold her, just hold her, embrace her, love her, give her a place where she can really feel what it means to healthy release emotions, right? Whether it's even in anger, you can grab a pillow, scream in the pillow. If we don't release these emotions, they get trapped inside of us. Once they get trapped inside of us, they start causing health issues, mental health
Yes.
issues, all kinds of issues.
But
So
especially when it comes to someone of her, what we're feeling into, the greatest light cast the greatest shadow. Who
yeah,
would have thought? And I need you to stand in your faith and knowing that she's going to be okay. Hear me.
and you're
Stand
light.
in your faith and knowing that she's going to be okay, and trust her, because this is going to be something that she needs. People that have intense futures and a lot of impact, they have a lot of forming that happens, and events that mold them into who they are. And sometimes they're a little more intense than what other people deal with. There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with her.
no.
It's just as this is just part of her journey. And the minute that she starts to feel empowered of, I know, the minute whatever block or whatever wall she's hitting, the minute that you soften up, she's going to, her soul is going to guide her
When
through
you
this
start
process.
shining your light,
Yes.
when you really start giving yourself that love inside, you're going to This is what we talk about, polarity matching, right? She will frequency match with you and start feeding her light instead of her dark.
And you
If
know
you
why?
focus on her dark and you only have resistance to her dark, then you're just feeding it.
But let's talk about that frequency match. What is that? Right? In my experience, it's like I'm sitting over here by my in the middle of winter by my fireplace, and I'm seeing you cold outside. I open my door. It's a natural instinct for anyone to want to seek relief. So when they feel your frequency is at a place that feels better than where they're at, they will let go of their grip of where they are and allow themselves to rise to where you are.
And how do you shine? You shine by starting to give yourself love. You got to give yourself love. You got to give yourself gratitude. You got to give yourself gratitude for being a mom. You got to give yourself gratitude for being a woman. You got to give yourself gratitude for being alive, right? And then when you start really feeling that and emitting that out, you'll see that when you stop trying to force on someone else and you just really focus on yourself. I don't know. Again, like I say all the time, don't take my word for it. Experiment. This is what I've learned on my experiment in it. And yeah, to be honest with you, I can't really get any
And
more into this.
don't send her for readings anywhere. And honestly, I would if she's very open to this stuff, or she's 17, but I would say there's for some reason they're telling me there's a delicate thing about her karmic blueprint and her spiritual growth, and I wouldn't necessarily sit her down to watch this, or I don't know if you had that idea or you had that thought
No,
or whatever.
it when it has to come through her as a mother. Truth, okay?
Yeah.
As a mother, a conscious awareness mother, I'm going to tell you that when something's off with my kid, something's off with me.
Mm-hmm.
Truth, okay? If something's off with my kid, something's off with me. And when I start fixing me and I start putting that attention and that time back into me, meditating, getting clear with what it is that's actually wonky, then everything balances back out. If I try to harp on her and like try to make it all her, it's not all hers. Like I can't even do that anymore because it's not all hers. It is mine too. We frequency match with each other, especially as parents, right? And they only know what they feed off of you.
Yes.
And you only knew what you feed off of your parents. So if you're
To,
not
yeah.
taking the time to unwonky all of that, well, then you're just doing generational recalibrating throughout the
This is not
generation.
just for you, but this is for everyone.
Yeah,
When it manifests in this way, in this intensity, when there's no direct reason for it, she's not necessary. She hasn't been through a huge traumatic experience yet, not that I know of, or whatever. The fact is like everything that you have all been okay to carry ancestrally, her being cannot will not agree with. So
well,
it's
she
a
has a
blessing.
choice, but
It's
she
a
has a
blessing.
choice.
Yeah.
She has a choice to get lost in it and continue on
But that's the point.
perpetuating the same frequency or get into a point with herself that no, enough is enough. We all have the choice. Lisa has the choice too.
Yep.
If Lisa makes that choice now, then she's the one that starts this projection. And truth is, honestly, we got to stop talking about this. We don't know all the information behind this. It's kind of hard to go in because this is more of a polarity conscious awareness thing than a tarot. I would not give tarot advice on this. Um, this is definitely some family stuff. Um, I'm a conscious awareness
But it's
coach.
karmic. There's
Yeah,
karmic stuff involved, right? And
I don't know. All I know is I'm going to stop because this is a
okay,
minor, and I
yes,
think we've already given enough.
I agree.
And yeah, let's
I
move on.
agree. Let's move
So
on.
thank you, Lisa, very much. We hope we could give you some kind of assistance. But again, like I said, with this being on a live setting, um, and plus we're not really ones to talk about other people, so we will
Yeah,
always come back to that one
it's
original
always
person
gonna come
that's
back to
here.
you. Anytime you get work done, or if you want to go to a reader and they're over here answering all these questions about someone else where it's not referring back to you, there's wonky.
And I'm holding space for you to find what you need for your family to balance out. So Namaste. Thank you so much, Lisa. And again, holding space for everything to balance out in your family for you. That was, yeah.
There's it's
We gotta be careful with some of this stuff,
no,
guys.
I
So I'm
listen.
not saying, I'm just saying generally, like,
Yeah,
first of all, like when we talk about this stuff, guys, we don't give advice on other people. That's not how we do it, right? And so then that can get a little thing. And then when it comes to parents, right? I'm a mom, and I have to say that I've also had to take an awareness of, like, when the stuff is going on with the kids, truth is it's off the parents. And even when I go back and, think about my wonkiness as a younger, it was my polarity matching to my parents. So,
yes. And that's kind of the thing that I'm getting here. Is a lot of parents here. And when Jessica says we're not over here reading for other people, what she's saying is don't expect to come to us. Like I always say in my lives, and I always say, the new paradigm of a psychic or a healer or a light worker is not here to be a crystal ball or a magic 8 ball just to give you your answers. There's more to it.
yeah, and
And
Lisa, you didn't do anything wrong, okay? So I want to make that clear too. You didn't do anything wrong. I understand you're in this like really wonky space right now and you were just looking for help. Truth is though, like that kind of thing, that's more of a one-on-one thing, so then there's more information that can get in and clear out. So that's it. It's just hard to when we're not
well,
even
that's a good
connecting.
way. That's a good point, Jess, because it's a good way to gauge if we're doing a reading on you and you feel like so much is coming out and you can feel like it's a there's a wealth of information that means that that is something that would be best served in a private session, right?
But I also believe that collectively this was a good thing for us all to hear.
Yeah.
Truth is, we like to like just go, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong with my kid." It's us.
Wandy, what you're talking about now, Wandy says, I'm learning that now as I'm going through my own issues, I'm always checking my energy.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. And that is just you saying, hey, I'm in a new era of awareness. Congratulations. And when it comes to minors, like, I'll personally speak for myself. I've had plenty of readings with people who have had, who were feeling lost or getting lost in their roles as a parent, but that's more about them,
Yeah.
right? And for you, I just feel so passionate because I feel uh a great power in her. That's all. I
Yeah.
feel, yeah,
No,
and
yeah.
I'm invested, and I know I have faith. I know everything is going to be okay because I know the dark places, and Jessica knows the dark places she was in.
Well,
God
the
knows
thing
that.
is, guys, right now we're at a part of our life where, like, especially today, right? A lot of these energies that are no longer serving us are like right here in our face. So wherever you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed right now, you can choose to stop being entangled in that energy. And I know it's like, well, I can just choose. No, really, you can. After consistency, after awareness, after being clear, after taking responsibility for your own actions, like
Spirit
there's a
just
lot of work to
Spirit
it.
just gave me the funniest image. Whack-a-mole. You decide you're not playing anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not playing whack-a-mole anymore, but then the motherfucker comes right up and you're like, I want to hit it, right? And then you get caught up like, boom, motherfucker, gotta get the whack-a-moles. And Spirit is like, but didn't you say you were done playing? Boom,
For real.
I'm done. I'm tired. These motherfuckers won't stay down. You know what I mean? And it's like then you walk away. You think
Yeah,
it's
screw
done.
the mallet.
Yeah. And that's kind of what that is because it really is like, I've learned this from experience, and I'll speak from personally. Like, I learned that in many ways I felt normal having this big obstacle for me to focus on next,
Yeah.
right?
It's because we were programmed to always be focused on the next distraction. Because when we're focused on the next distraction, we're not doing any of the healing work.
We're not present. That's what I tell my grumpy kid in the morning. Biggest attitude. And when we get in the car, her phone falls, earbuds fall, seat belt locks. Yep.
Okay, so truth, okay? Mine was waking up and was wonky. Okay.
Mhm.
Who likes starting off a morning like that, right? So now I have Alexa, don't wake up. And I like scream, let's play. It's a beautiful morning. And I start singing around the house. And then the next one is Three Little Birds. And I'm like singing and we're dancing and we're moving. And I'm telling you, she can't be grumpy even if she wants to. Why? Because I'm not allowing that energy to feed.
Well, what are
I'm
you
not
doing?
resisting the energy. I'm instead filling the house
You're
up.
accepting your empowerment of choice in that moment and saying, I have a choice. I could be a grumpy ass fucking witch of a bitch today,
Dude,
or
my cousin, she puts on like this saddest music on their way to school. I'm like, why do you do that? Why do you make your kids so sad? She's like, because they're gonna think about their actions before they do stuff that day. And I'm like, we all got
no, well,
things to
really, you're
do.
frequency matching them to that
We all
outcome.
got things that we got in our minds. So again, it's allowance and ease, right? So here's the truth. Are you all supposed to be playing Three
Oh,
Little
Jessica, you
Birds in the
froze. And
uh-oh. Am I back? No, you froze. Who froze? My little loves when I play her songs in the morning, but one is like, really, Mom? Okay, I think it was Andy that froze.
no, you froze.
Oh, I don't know, but
It's
we're
okay.
back. That's all that matters. But the thing is that, it comes to a point where we get to start choosing, right? How we get to do things. If she comes home and she's in a wonky mood and then I'm just like trying to get her to do, no, she's in a wonky mood. I stop. I listen to her. What's going on? Or I tell her, your head is so loud and so upset, like I can't take it. What's going on? Because she projects her thoughts into my head.
Yes.
Or if she wants to resist, another thing I do to her, if I ask her what's wrong and she won't tell me and I can feel it, and I'm like, fine, then let's breathe. If we can't talk, then we're going to breathe. And then, and I'll do that, face all crazy, and I'm like, by the time we get to the fifth, sixth one, that emotion is released. She is either laughing or she's crying or whatever was stuck in her is released. We got to teach them tools on how to release this stuff.
Well, first and foremost, we need to learn these tools, right? Am I still frozen to you guys?
I don't know. I see you.
No, because Wandy said I was frozen.
By getting Robbie Williams' Love My Life playing thick, I think it's teaching I need to be a part of what that song does. Yeah. I don't
Good.
know.
Thank you for letting me know I'm not frozen. So, Elisa, you donated 15.
All right.
And so I don't know if that is just out of appreciation for the reading or if you are
We didn't read Elise.
Lisa.
Oh.
Lisa. So, Miss Lisa. Lisa. Oh, Lisa. Oh, I'm kind of
It's a
feeling that.
hematite again. So,
Yeah,
hey,
I think that you were complete. I think that was an appreciation.
Shiznizzle does not come out twice like that. So, what I would highly recommend to Lisa, for sure.
I mean, isn't that card like a 55 card deck?
More than that.
Yeah, so for that card to come out twice, it's a lot of odds.
58.
58. My little has asked me for deep breaths at night to remove all the scaries that makes me want to cry.
I love it.
Jessica, you need to be trademarking this shit.
Oh, no, I don't. My mamas are taking care of their littles. That makes my heart so warm and happy. Between that and this, okay, this is another one of my trademarks, okay? If you're a part of my family and you were raised by me, because I'm the oldest in our family, right? There's like freaking 13 of us, cousins and siblings mixed together. Then you put your fingers like this. And the reason why you put your fingers like this is because the one that makes the L is left. And the one that doesn't make the L is the right. And mommy still at this age has to drive. And when somebody's like, go right, I'm like, okay.
Well, yeah, because and
my little's name is Lee and my name is Jessica, right? So the one that's right looks like a J and the one that's left is the L. So I'm like, mommy's always right because she's a J and Leanne's always left because she's an L. So like,
I don't do that. All I do is like I make little like little
I didn't raise you.
like
I
I'm about
read.
to write, and I'm like, oh, like okay, which one do I write? Okay, I write with this one. But
But Lisa, real quick though, Lisa,
mhm,
I would highly recommend you getting some hematite. Hematite is really good for disposing of negative energy too.
yes,
So there just could be a lot of collective negative energy that's been picked up in your house, and hematite will really help with that. So becoming grounded, getting back to earth, practicality,
practical.
centeredness. Thank you. Centeredness, balance, and calm. I would also recommend, like, maybe if you can, take your daughter and go hiking somewhere.
Yeah,
Get out in the nature.
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, Wandy, you make my heart so warm and fuzzy inside. I love
Mhm.
that. It's so amazing. You know, the power that we have, and we just have never been taught it. So, if they're
But
scared,
this is.
another thing you can do, Lisa, but Lisa could do this too. Lisa could grab a hold of her daughter's left hand,
Mhm.
right? Put her left hand in between your hands and ask to pull out all her negative energy and just receive it in. And as you're receiving it in, you're also recycling all that energy into divine positive energy.
Yes.
And then you flip the hand over and you start giving back. Oh no, switch hands. You go from the left to
Yes.
the right. And when you go on the right hand, you start pushing in all the love and abundance and all the yummy
Well, that's a
that
good
you
point.
desire.
When people do spiritual baths and
Left,
stuff and
wait,
cleanses,
left pulls out, right goes in. Okay, go ahead.
think about like a battery, right, guys? Negative and positive charge. That's kind of how our bodies are too, energetically. But I was going to say before Jessica rudely interrupted me after I rudely interrupted her.
Chop,
Um,
chop, chop.
People often forget when we clear energy that now it's a blank slate, and oftentimes it's best to bring it in. When you do a cleansing of your home, maybe make a little spray like cinnamon, sweet things, flowers, right? These things bring in lovely energies. So when you're clearing with the sage and with the
Rose
smudging,
water. You guys
rose
can make
water,
rose water. You
hmm
just take the rose petals, put in some water, put it in
let
your
it sit.
windowsill for like 2 days, burp it, and then you have rose water. Put it in the fridge. I mix it with Florida water. And
Beautiful.
anytime I'm like, whoa, I just do a and I'm like, oh, thank God. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you again.
No, you're fine. You said the Florida water. Now I want to find mine.
Ha ha ha.
I was just.
I use Aqua Florida. Yes, it's beautiful. Agua. I said aqua.
But let's see. I feel drawn to Wandy. We've been here for 45 minutes and we did one reading.
No, we did collective, and
Yes.
honestly, this was for everyone because I think pretty much everybody in here is a parent. So this was a good thing for everyone to. You're a co-parent, so stop it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was
Cheese and
gonna say.
crackers. And you're a parent to Ralphie. Like,
I know that's. I was
hello.
wait. I was
You
trying
know
to
how many
turn.
dog parents would be extremely irritated with you right now? Like, not trying to be like, no, leave him alone. He's napping. He's so cute. Leave him be. Jesus, why are the fathers always got to mess with the kids?
I'll be like, Leia, do you want to go out for ice cream?
No. Want some freaking Pop Tarts to go along with that?
Yes, I will let him relax. He's been a good boy today, right, baby?
All right. And then let's go ahead. I appreciate it. This is my first.
Wonderful, Lisa. And next time you catch us live again,
Me
we'd be
too.
happy
I'm a
to we'd
first.
be happy to come in and do a catch up with you and tune in and see what spirit has for
And
you.
for future parents too, especially future parents. If you guys are pregnant, like you're about to embark in a whole
Ashley,
new
what time is
world.
it right now where you are?
She's in Scotland, isn't she?
No, she's in England.
That she was in Scotland.
So right
I've
now
been in
it's
Scotland
7,
in
8,
my
9, 10,
movie.
11, 12. Girl, we just did a reading today. I'm not trying to blow you up. But
Ashley loves us.
spirit did
She's a
tell
part
you.
of a community.
But spirit did tell you you got to get some rest for you and that baby girl. Just make sure you keep that in mind.
Well, then here, while you're working on Wandy, I'll do a quick clearing on Ashley so she can get some
Lovely.
rest because it's way late in her time. But this is our tribe. I'm happy. The only one I don't see Sumi. Usually
I
Sumi's in
know.
here.
And I'm glad Ashley you're here. I'm not trying to be too hard on you.
Oh, this is our tribe. Girls, I'm so happy. Like women, this has been a beautiful collection of people that we've been gathering and we've all been learning and experiencing and growing. And honestly, you guys are all stepping with me into my new paradigm. So I'm super, super happy. I have been to sleep and did time is screen. Aha, Sumi will join soon.
Wandy, I love that you guys
See?
talk.
I
Wandy,
love it.
Wandy, what I'm seeing for you is like you're waiting. There's a lot of things in the air when it comes to you and everything going on in your situation. Now, I've told you this before, and it's coming up again. There is some kind of natural communication that's coming from within that that is being inspired through you. What I mean by that is like I feel the urge to say this. I feel the urge to say this. Let me stop myself. I feel the urge to say no, now is not the right time. I feel the urge, right? This is you. God bless you, Lisa. And then we also have the 9 of Wands. So I'm definitely feeling like he is in a place where he is feeling very vulnerable, very wounded, and not receptive. But literally, all he needs is this communication. And I even feel like he's even receiving. He's like, he's reading in between the lines and he's coming, the same things that you're getting lost in, he's getting lost in on his own. So, in his own ways, right? He's assuming things about you, assuming things about what you want, what you don't want, and all these other things. And it's getting convoluted. So, what Spirit is saying is like, whenever you feel the impulse to share, and I told you this before, and it's a lot of channeled stuff. There's a lot of ancestors on his side that are communicating with you. And in fact, I think you actually asked me if that's possible. Yes, it is possible. You are spiritually tuning in and connecting in to those that are, because regardless of what happens in the future, you guys have a respect and love for each other. And therefore, you both are invested, or really, yeah, I can only speak for you. You are invested in his happiness in the future, regardless. You know what I mean? And his health and his well being. He's the father of your children. So, therefore, there is an invitation for you. Um, and multiple invitations for you. I feel the urge to say this. Stop stopping yourself, because there's something about you sharing that and him receiving it in a way you don't expect that gives you a confidence and removes some worry from you about, this being used against you, or people not getting it. Yeah. Yeah, Jessica just did a quick release for you, Ashley. Rest, rejuvenate, restore, and replenish, right?
Rebalance.
I get an A.
Yes, you do. You
I
get a
want to
cookie. You
I
get
want
a
to I
cookie.
want to read a quick card for Kristen and see what comes up for her.
Oh yeah, we gotta get moving. We've got our session coming up.
Yeah, we have a past life regression session. Um, that's something we do too. So we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. For you, I definitely feel like you're struggling to manage your emotional experience right now, darling. It's not feeling very fun. Honestly, I do feel like there's a little bit of like a tantrum happening with you, just a little bit, right? On and off. The Spirit is saying like there's a very frustrating thing that happens in spiritual growth sometimes, when it's like when we throw tantrums. You know what I mean? Like, we
I
throw
throw
tantrums
tantrums.
and we're like, I don't get it, like I've done everything. And the Spirit is like, okay, well, you're obviously not going to be able to get where you want to go from that spot right there.
For real.
And that's kind of what I'm getting for
Everything
you.
all that is working for you.
I also feel like it might be your time in your cycle, and other things, and astrologically, that are just lining up for a very unpleasant couple of days.
It's for a
Um,
good release.
yes,
A good release.
because it's your mom too, is what they're telling me. Um, there's some like wonkiness with your mom that's also throwing you off. It's like everything that's happening is not wanting you. Everything that's happening has the potential to put you in the Queen of Cups in the reverse. But the good thing is that you're a queen. And what people don't realize is that when we're in the reverse like this, it's literally just this great amount of power and ability like caving in on you, or you not being able to, or you not understanding exactly how to manage it. Right? So it's, you still have this empowerment, but it's just in the reverse right now. So it's making you feel wonky. It's making you feel like you're the Page of Cups in the reverse. I hope you're still here to receive that. Yes, full moon is coming up
tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Coming soon.
We should have planned that. I forgot about that. Next full moon, we'll do a full moon ritual.
Make sure you guys write down whatever it is that you're desiring to release, and then you
If
can
you're confused about,
safely burn it.
if you're confused about the about what this full moon is about, just go up on YouTube, look up Sagittarius full moon, and let them and let them tell you the astrological stuff, and then you come up. My favorite thing is to come up with my own rituals. Maybe I want to burn an old piece of underwear up and be like, I'm new again. You know what I mean? Like
And he's out there with his whitey tighties on a pole.
I'm
free! Rebelling against underwear!
Jessica, stop, because you're going to be burning your bra.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
no,
you
I'm
are.
not. Do you see how big they are? Okay, they need the over-the-shoulder boulder holder. They're not going to be all loose and free. Andy, what are you going to be talking about on the live conversation?
I got you, girl.
Crackers.
I got you. All right, well, we have to actually wrap this up because we have a
Yes.
session to get into. But we love you guys. We see you.
Yes,
And
crystals.
if you're interested in
Moon
occupying
water.
one of the 5 seats that we have available of the 6 seat, here, let me pull up the image real quick, of the 6 seat mastermind class that we're doing,
5 now.
the conscious reader. Now it's down to 5 seats, and Wandy's our first. If you're interested in understanding, bringing the world of tarot, even if you're not a tarot reader or you're a conscious awareness coach, even if you're neither, if you have no experience in either, this is the best of both worlds, and this offers you a safe vehicle to explore the world of divination and awareness. Okay, so just message us, even if you're curious.
We said on there that you should have your own tarot cards.
Yes.
I honestly believe you should have your own pendulum too. You
Okay.
can pick them up cheaply if you want somewhere else.
We could even teach you how to make one.
Or you can go to keystoease.com and you can buy one that will be personally blessed and made for you, or
Jessica's
I can just create for you.
Like, you can't find them.
The thing is with the pendulums, again, okay, I create the pendulums to help you start learning how to connect to your higher self. So you can ask yourself questions and get your own answers for your own timeline instead of going to other people for their answers and getting energy from their timeline, right? So, bada boom. Again, keys, number 2, ease.com. I worked really hard on that website, okay?
No, Jessica
really hard on that website. So go check it out. Just to go check it out. Because it was a journey to get that stupid website up and going, okay? And all those paintings are mine. I made them myself. They're all
I have to praise your pendulums. I've gotten 2 so far, and they have been amazing. I've like the creativity and the uniqueness. And y'all, if you guys are looking for a pendulum, hit up keystoease.com. Keys, the number 2 ease.com, and that's in the description
there's
box.
Wandy. Thank you. And really, just go check out my website because I put a lot of effort into it. And plus, there's lots of pretty pictures of me. Just joking. Not really. It's a little.
Yeah, they are very pretty.
Better go see.
Well, everything all of that is. I'm just kidding.
I worked really hard on that website yesterday, okay? It's like, wasn't just yesterday. It has been a journey getting that website to creation. So, and that picture is even on my website. Just saying.
So, we love you guys, and we leave you in your divine light of the divine creator. Thank you for flying Violet Pathways. The seatbelt sign light is now off, and you may now move about the cabin.
And remember, All we are doing is sharing our experience, sharing our experiment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. None of this is in stone by anybody.
And if you've done something different and it works, we're looking forward to
Share,
hearing all about it.
share. This is our community. Share. Sweet dreams, buenas noches, and all of the wonderful things. Good night, loves.